second child of working-class parents Manuel and Angie Soto. He grew up in the barrio, a poor, urban, Spanish-speaking neighborhood. At a very young age, Soto was forced to deal with the struggle of living in poverty. Like many Mexican Americans, his family worked as laborers, picking fruits and vegetables and working in very dangerous packing houses. They lived in awful conditions and made very little money. However, the Soto family struggled even more after the death of Manuel Soto in a tragic accident taking place at work. Gary took his father's loss very hard and mourned him for years. Because of their new financial situation, Gary Soto was forced to work for the same company that his father did, the Sunmaid Raising Company. Work left little time in Gary's life for school, and because of this, his grades greatly suffered. He graduated high school with a mere 1.6 GPA and had no idea what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. In an interview, Soto told a reporter, "Our shelves were not lined with books. They were lined with menudo, a spicy Mexican soup." This was Soto's way of expressing the fact that education was not part of his Mexican American culture. However, Soto has spoken out about his high school years and has said that during that time he discovered the works of Hemingway, Frost, and Steinbeck, three authors who would later inspire him greatly. Despite not knowing what he wanted to do with his life, Soto attended college. He studied at Fresno City College as a geology major until he transferred to California State University. When he was 21 years old, he took his first English class and fell in love with the subject. He graduated with a degree in English and later went on to receive a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing in 1976. Soto wrote his first book in 1977, and it was titled The Elements of San Joaquin. In it, he portrayed the grim realities of Mexican American life. The poems explored the violence and labor of an urban lifestyle and the desire for childhood. The book was awarded by the International Poetry Forum and was published in the Pitt Poetry Series. Soto then went on to write over 30 children's books and 20 prose books, as well as poetry. As for inspiration, Soto strongly relies on the works of other authors. He admits to being greatly influenced by Edward Field, James Wright, Pablo Neruda, and Gabriel Garcia Marquez, as well as poet Philip Levine, with whom he studied during college. However, Soto has also stated that he gets inspiration from everyday people and his own life. In an interview, he said, "I hear lines of poetry issue from the mouths of seemingly ordinary people. And, as a writer, my duty is not to make people perfect, particularly Mexican Americans. I am not a cheerleader. I am one who provides portraits of people in the rush of life." Although never mentioned by Soto himself, it is clear that he draws inspiration from his own life and experiences. Soto has recreated the world of the barrio, the urban, Spanish-speaking neighborhood where he was raised. Many of his pieces have a storytelling feel, drawing off of childhood memories. In his writing, Soto includes snapshots of his childhood, bringing the sights, sounds, and smells to life within the pages of his books. He uses many descriptions of food, and has said that it is because when he was a child, he did not have much, and he desired it greatly. A lot of his writing incorporates Mexican American words, which enables him to communicate with the Mexican reader while still communicating and teaching important American lessons. For the readers that are unfamiliar with his word choices, there is typically a glossary explaining them. Soto's poetry and prose focus on everyday experiences while evoking the harsh forces that often shape life for Hispanic people, including racism, poverty, and crime. When speaking of his home, he said, "These are the pictures I take with me when I write. They stir up the past. The memories are so vivid." As for awards, Soto has won various ones so far through the course of his writing career, beginning with the United States Award for his first book, Elements of San Joaquin, in 1977, the same year the book was published. As for some others, in 1978 he was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize in Poetry. In 1984, he won the Levinson Award for Poetry. In 1985, his book, Living Up the Street, won the American Book Award. In 1990, he won the Best Book for Young People Award from America for his young adult book, Baseball in April and Other Stories. In 1995, his children's book, Chato's Kitchen, was included in the American Library Association's Notable Book Selection and won the Parents' Choice Award. It can be seen that Soto is an extremely distinguished writer. This is due to the quality of his work. Soto mixes real-life, everyday experiences with aspects of Hispanic culture to create children's books teaching valuable lessons about different cultures.